it's going to be our Week 4 battle against Fungus in the LPL. So, his team consists of a Mew, a Sylveon, a Donphan, Lucario, Sharpedo, Leafeon, Mega Charizard Y, Gengar, Regirock, Salamence, and Rotom Frost. So, he's only won one battle so far, and we've won 0. So hopefully this week we win our first battle and go 1-3 instead of being 0-4. So the first one on our team builder is Mamoswine. It has Iron Head, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, and Ice Spear. Iron Head is gonna be for the Sylveon and the Regirock. Earthquake is just for our main stab. Icicle Crash is for the Salamence. Then Ice Shard is just for priority. 160 HP, 252 attack, and 96 speed with a Choice Scarf to outspeed Salamence. The next one we're breaking is Infernape. And so it has Hidden Power Ice for the Salamence. And it has enough special attack EVs to be able to one-shot it. Close Combat for the Regirock and the Rotom Frost. Mach Punch for more priority than U-Turn, so we can have enough, just so we can have momentum. Max Attack. Gotta have enough special attack EVs to one-shot Salamence with Hidden Power Ice, and then I threw the rest of everything into speed. Next we have Fortress with a Custap Berry with Sturdy, and it has Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball, Rock Slide, and Rapid Spin. So, if Fungus predicts that I'm going to lead with my Fortress, he'll switch in his Charizard Y. So if he does, I'll hit Rock Slide once after he flamethrowers to me, and then I'll go down to Sturdy, and then with a Custap Berry, it'll let me go first before I die, and I'll click Rock Slide to knock him out. Okay, so it has 248 HP, enough attack EVs to be able to one-shot the Mega Charizard Y, then I threw the rest of everything into HP and defense. Next we have is our Dragalge with Black Sludge, Adaptability with Sledge Wave, Dragon Pulse, Scald, and Toxic Spikes. Sledge Wave is for Sylveon, Dragon Pulse is just for general coverage, and to hit the Salamence, and Scald just so he can get a few burns. And then, he doesn't really have the best options to get rid of our hazards. He really only has the Donphan or the Mew. Salamence isn't really going to run Defog. And Donphan doesn't have the best matchup against my team, having 2 ice types. And then I feel like Mew's going to be more offensive if he ends up does bring in it. That has a modest nature. And the Alolan Ninetales. Now this week is going to be a little funky with our Alolan Ninetales. It has Focus Sash, Snow Warning, Nasty Plot, Hidden Power of Rock, Blizzard, and Psyshock. Nasty Plot is just for us to set up. Hidden Power of Rock, so we can hit the Charizard Y. Blizzard is just for a main stab. Then Psyshock is to hit the Gengar and then one-shot it. Enough speed out of EVs to outspeed the Salamence, max special attack, and then 72 HP. And then our final Pokemon we're bringing is Minior with Wide Herb, Shields Down, with Shell Smash, Hidden Power Ice, Earthquake, and Power Gem. 168 is so we can outspeed a +2 Salamence. Max special attack, and then threw everything else into HP. And I'll see you when the battle begins. And we're back. And we see that Fungus brings Mega Charizard Y, his Donphan, his Sylveon, his Gengar, his Salamence, and his Lucario. Kinda surprised he didn't bring his Mew, because he easily could have got rid of my Infernape and my Dragalge with it, and then possibly my Minior if I wasn't set up. Offensive Mew really could have ran through my team. So let's see how this battle starts. So he first starts out with his Mega Charizard Y, and I've led with Fortress. So he Mega Evolves, he Flamethrowers me, and then he doesn't predict this, but I go for the Rock Slide and knock him out first turn. So I got rid of one of his biggest threats to my team, and I knocked it out on the first turn. And now Fortress is basically my sack Pokemon, so I want to go for Custap Berry, Stealth Rock, and he's just going to knock me out with Shadow Ball. So I bring in my Mamoswine. He only has one switch in to an Earthquake, and that is Salamence. But he tries to go for the Focus Blast and misses, and I go for Icicle Crash, and that knocks it out. But he does get the Cursed Body on my Mamoswine, so I have to switch to him Scarfed. Since I can't use that, since I can't use my Icicle Spear, I have to switch. So he goes for Hyper Voice, and that does more damage than I expected. So he switches out, and he goes into, his Lucario. But I just went for the Sludge Wave, even though I knew he has a Lucario, but I felt like he would know he's faster and would try to knock me out. So that led me to think that he was more bulky than he was offensive. Like he put in HP instead of speed. So I switched into my Infernape, and then he switched into his Salamence. But I close combat, and I got a crit, and that crit did matter because so I didn't actually have to. HP ice wasn't that bad. But with the leftovers, it looked like it was more of a bulky Salamence than it was offensive. But on this turn, I U-turned out from the Sylveon, because there was not much I could do to it without a Flare Blitz. So I switched into my Alolan Ninetales, but he just Hyper Voices, and I'm just going to go for the Psyshock, because that will do more damage than a Blizzard would. So he switches into Lucario and probably Bullet Punches, and he does. And so then, I switch into my Mamoswine, and it couldn't kill me with Bullet Punch no matter what. So I Earthquake, and I switch out here into my Minior, predicting the Earthquake, but instead of Rock Slides. But I don't care if this thing goes down. Now I'm faster and stronger, so I just HP Ice. And he missed again. These misses really did mean something. So he knocks out my Minior. Go back into Infernape, Mach Punch, and kill it. And then comes in his, Sylveon. I U-turn out, because I'm trying to get better differential. I don't want to sack off my Infernape. He Hyper Voices, and I live on 1. And me living on 1, completely saved me from losing the game. Well, anyway, guys, that was our first one of the LPL, so let's get hyped. Let's aim for 5 likes on this video. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.